The blonde bombshell beauty killer, Courtney Clenney. Courtney Clenney, the famous OnlyFans star, is accused of murdering her boyfriend Christianobumseli, who had her name tattooed on his chest, with a knife. Graphic case images show that OnlyFans star Courtney Clenney, who was accused of killing her lover in April, placed the fatal stab just above a tattoo of her name. A motionless Christianobumseli is depicted on an examination table by the Miami coroner's office in photos obtained by the Washington Post. His left pectoral muscle bears a cursive "Courtney" written atop a long row of sutures. After an argument in their Miami condo, Clenney, 26, is accused of stabbing him in the chest and severing a subclavian artery. She is also charged with second-degree murder. The social media model claimed she stabbed the cryptocurrency trader in self-defense and was traumatized by his domineering behavior. She has 2 million Instagram followers and has earned $3 million from OnlyFans since 2020. However, Miami prosecutors contend the exact opposite, saying that before the fatal altercation, she had been repeatedly abusing Obumseli, 27, both physically and mentally. Other items in the collection, such as blood-spattered love letters, private belongings, and Polaroid photos from happier times, provide vivid glimpses into the couple's turbulent relationship. Several images of Clenney's face are branded on what looks to be clothing in one image. The investigators photographed a rainbow-colored CK sock, marijuana buds, and many bottles of unidentified prescription drugs. Despite their near-constant fighting, Obumseli wrote several long love letters to Clenney that show the extent of his passion for her. In a lengthy dedication to Clenney, he wrote, "Your heavenly face, your majestic vibe, and your magnetic personality are all I asked for and all I ever wanted from God." In a section of the letter that was cut in half and missing portions, Obumseli begs for forgiveness for gaslighting Clenney and denigrating her family. "Sorry," Obumseli wrote to Clenney, claiming that his anger at her was motivated by his own insecurities. "That will not happen again. I guarantee it." Several case-related pieces of evidence that, according to the prosecution, demonstrate Clenney's abusive and controlling behavior in the relationship has been made public. Just a month before his murder, she can be heard yelling herself hoarse in multiple recordings Obumseli secretly recorded, calling him the N-word in one and expressing her desire to kill him in another. In the cell phone video, Clenney added, "I'm having such a terrible day that I honestly, figuratively, want to kill you. But you don't take me seriously, do you?" Clenney's defense team argued that fresh evidence in the case will demonstrate that she killed Obumseli to fend off his attack. Additionally, they are advocating for Clenney's release on bail pending trial. Prosecutors argue that she has the means and desire to abscond from her case and want her to be kept in jail, citing the $3 million she has earned from OnlyFans since 2020. In one note, Obumseli stated, "I vow, Courtney, I would rather lose everything for you than lose you," he said. But according to the defendant's father, who is in a unique position to know, her net worth is much smaller. According to Kim Clenney's testimony, his daughter currently has around $11,000 in her bank account and $375,000 in home equity. She was a mess as a result of trauma and frequent drinking, at least the latter of which resulted in a stay in recovery, according to the elder Clenney, who testified in court that part of his daughter's money was sent to his accounts for safety. Because he has a degree in finance and has experience working as a financial advisor for 15 years, the defendant's father said that the arrangement makes sense. Kim Clenney referred to several wire transfers made from 3 particular Bank of America accounts that his daughter was the owner of. He claimed that the transactions involving the sums of $121,000, $1,013,000, and $50,000 began on April 12 of this year. After the transactions, he added, his daughter's accounts had a few $1,000s, but their worth has since changed. He continued by claiming that as a result of the transfers, his account at one point reached $1,184,000. The money was used by the prosecution to claim that the defendant posed a flight risk. According to the defendant's father, some of the money was used to buy a house, in contrast to law enforcement's claims that the accounts contained about $2 million. More than $35,000 in additional funds went to Clenney's recovery. Her legal bills for her criminal defense cost a lot of money. The defendant's father testified in court, she had been traumatized for quite some time, but especially after April 3. Bumseli passed away on that day in Courtney Clenney's hands. Later, Clenney argued with the prosecutors, who suggested that he might have lied to protect his daughter. He said, "I reject that accusation." A manager at OnlyFans claimed that the website would not let her reopen an account should she get out of jail on bond, according to the father, who added that he was unaware until recently that his daughter made a sizable profit from the website. The defendant's father further testified that the defendant was unlikely to recoup significant losses if she were released before trial. Clenney said that should his daughter pass the bond, he would be 100% at ease with her staying at his home. Dr. Kenneth Hutchins, the chief medical examiner for Miami-Dade County, spoke in court on Thursday regarding how the victim passed away. Hutchins acknowledged that Bumseli's death was most likely due to a single wound to his chest. The veteran medical examiner confirmed that the wound was consistent with a knife wound. Hutchins responded as follows when asked to precisely describe the wound. The injury was caused by a severe force and has good, clean, crisp margins. It is expanded open, 4.4 centimeters long when the sutures were in place, and 4 by 1.5 centimeters when they are taken out. Since there is a significant amount of blood beneath it and no contusion or abrasion around it, it is likely a sharp force injury rather than a different kind of injury. At one point, the prosecutor questioned Hutchins, "Are you a knife-throwing expert?" implying that the defense would later make a statement regarding the use of blades. "I'm not," Hutchins retorted. "I'm not sure if the individual accused of this is a knife thrower. I would say it was a stab wound in a hypothetical situation." At the time of her arrest, Clenney allegedly admitted to throwing the knife that killed her partner to the police. According to the prosecution, the angle and depth of the fatal wound indicate that the knife was not thrown. Until December 8, 2022, the judge said she would reserve her decision about the bond issue. "Now I don't know if Toby, also known as Christianobumseli, abused her, but I do not condone violence of any kind. Christian did not deserve to be murdered the way he was. This was a very bad relationship based on the video footage I saw and all the back and forth fighting. They should have called it quits a long time ago if he or they were constantly arguing or having any conflict. When I see or feel uneasy about anything in a place or around a person, even when an argument breaks out, I get up and leave immediately. Because trouble is easy to get into and hard to get out of. You can't bring a person back once they leave their body, and you can't take back any harsh words that were said. I am mindful of what I say and how I treat people because what goes around comes around, no matter what." As we have come to the close of this video, stay tuned for videos on all types of crimes all over the globe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.